Hey, what's up, gang? Welcome back to Farm Buggy episode 2. Uh, just a quick note: I don't plan to make YouTubing a career. I don't think I can make any money at it anyway. Don't have that much to say, that many projects to do. Uh, just don't think it'd be a way to go for me. But I did want to finish the series. And I'm going to do it a little different. What I'm going to do, because I really want to finish this Farm Buggy, uh, and I don't want trying to make videos to slow me down. So mostly what you're going to see in this is just status of where I'm at. Um, I'll be finishing over the next week or two, and so I'll just sort of take snapshots of what I've done. So I'll show that to you. I might film one or two things that I do, possibly removing the tires from the rims. Um, the last time I've done that, I sort of muscled the tires off the rims, and wasn't a lot of fun, but was able to get it done. I've done it about 3 times, I think. But I did watch a couple of other YouTube videos about how to do that and make that a little easier. So I'm gonna try some of their methods. So I might film that. But yeah, that's what this video will be. Just mostly just be kind of status of the project as it moves along, and then we'll wrap it up. Um, and like I said, I don't expect to do more of these project videos. I will do another basketball video at some point. Don't know when, but there is one gym that I really want to film a video at, and then we'll see what happens after that. But that'll probably be kind of it for my YouTube channel. Yeah. All right, so let's see where we left off. So here's where we left off at. I did take the wheels off. The back wheel on the other side needed a little bit of persuasion. Was stuck on there pretty good, but I did get it off. We've done a little bit of cleaning on it, not enough. We need to clean some more because we do want to do some painting, and we'll make sure we got clean surfaces for that. I guess that matters. We had painted a little bit of the hood just as an experiment. And then, yeah, that's kind of where we left off. I've got painting to do, tires to change. Two of my tires did come in. I'm still waiting for the other two. The bearings for this front wheel did come in, so I can get those changed. Uh, we'll straighten out that little muffler guard, which is kind of hard to see in this video. The lighting's not good. It's very cloudy today. And then, yeah, we're going to remove some parts that we don't need, like this aggravating lever here that's very sharp, and every time I throw my leg over it, I hurt myself. So I'm going to get rid of that, get rid of this cable that we don't need anymore. That was for engaging the mower deck, which we're not going to have, along with the lever out there. We'll probably get rid of that too because we don't need that anymore. And that's about it. So we'll be back with uh, some sort of change. We'll see what I'm going to do next. Maybe I'll do some cleaning today, or maybe I'll start taking these tires off. I also decided that if these wheels clean up nice, they're already sort of a gray. If they clean up nice, I'm probably not going to paint them. I just want to get this done. All right. All right, I think I'm going to start with something easy tonight. I'm going to start with this muffler guard. It's just 2 bolts. To take that off, I'm going to take it off and see if I can hammer it out, straighten it up a little bit, and maybe throw some paint on it. And here it is, off of the mower. You can see how bent up it is. I did decide I want to keep it on the mower because I suppose I could be going through some long dry grass and maybe catch something on fire. So just going to take the persuader and see if we can hammer it out and make it look a little better, and then we'll clean it and paint it. All right, I don't know if y'all can see that very good. I'm not going to get real close to it because I've already got close to it. I stuck my index finger right on top of him, and he stung me. A little scorpion there. Oh, man. Feels pretty good. Feels like getting hit with a red wasp or yellow jacket. Kind of maybe somewhere in between there. Red wasp are usually worse. Yellow jackets suck. And this is my first time being stung by a scorpion, and that sucks too. Yeah. Didn't see him. Put my finger right on him. I was trying to clean up these wheels. This is the side I have not cleaned yet, but I'm about to do that. Okay, in the meantime, while the Scorpion is being soaked in carb cleaner and suffering under what was 250 pounds standing on top of him, I've got this mostly straight enough, mostly clean enough, and I'm gonna put some paint on it just on the front here. I may hit the bottom. That's the bottom. I may hit the bottom just a little bit, but it's just the front where you can see it. Um, Not perfect. Not gonna sand it down or wire wheel it or get all this rust off. It's just a muffler guard. Paint's probably gonna flake off anyway, so we'll put some on it just for fun. All right. I know the lighting's bad, and that's okay. So I put it on really thick, so it's got some runs in it, and that's fine. I don't care. This is not like a something you're gonna see very well. The fun thing is, because it's upside down, the runs will be going up. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if you can see them. Maybe you can see them there. A lot of runs. But I just put it on thick just because I don't know why. I put a little light coat on the bottom. It doesn't matter, but it's there. All right, so that's that. And this is the rims. Cleaned up. They're still wet, but they cleaned up pretty decently. These are the back wheels. Came out okay. Not really worried about them. Get to the front wheel here. Looks okay. But this one doesn't look quite as good. You can see right there by the valve stem just to the left of it. Probably still not going to paint them. Just because, you know, the paint's going to be silver and blue on the mower, and these are already a gray. I think it'll look okay. Maybe when I do the next paint scheme on this mower, which is like, you know, down the road next year or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll paint them then. Probably should do it now, but I'm just going to be lazy. When I get the new tires on these rims, I've also found too that when I grease these things up, I wind up getting grease everywhere, so they get nasty anyway. So it doesn't matter. All right, that's the rims sort of cleaned. So just FYI, I did do a Google search on scorpion stings. You know, as a kid growing up, we were always told they'd kill you. Never heard of anybody dying from one, but and of course, you know, Indiana Jones says when it comes to scorpions, the larger the better. It's the small ones you got to worry about. So this was, you know, a 1-inch brown scorpion. So I did do a Google search for scorpions in Alabama. That's where I'm currently located. And they say they're not lethal unless you have an allergy to them. I don't have any allergies to anything else, and wasp stings don't usually bother me that much, other than pain and itching afterwards. So I'm not too concerned about it. In case any of you guys were concerned, I'm sure you were. Yep. So that's that. And well, I'll just keep an eye on the index finger there and see if it swells up or not. So a couple of days have passed. Back out here just piddling around again. Off camera, I did a little bit more cleaning on the frame. I did put some blue paint on it. I realize now that was probably a mistake. We'll see how it looks once everything else is painted, all the silvers on it, and get rid of the red. But frames ought to be black. They just should be. The whole reason I had thought about doing it was because I wanted this back piece, which is very visible, to be painted blue. So, yeah, it's done now. I've done a few other things. I removed a whole bunch of pieces related to the mower deck. I've got a bucket full of parts over there that I'll save for later. Probably removed a few pounds from it. Probably make it go faster. Maybe. We'll see. I've got the gas tank out because I was taking some more of the mower deck pieces out. You know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, that's true. once I got in here, a lot of these wires are pretty chewed up because there was some sort of mouse nest in there. Um, yeah, and that won't crank. So I think I've jiggled a wire I shouldn't have jiggled. So I'll get that figured out. It might be related to the mower engagement lever. I think there's a safety switch on that thing, and now that the lever's not on there, maybe that's what did it. So I'll investigate that and figure that out at some point. All right, got my phone pretty far away. Hopefully you can hear me. We're just gonna go through the process of getting this tire off. First thing we want to do is just gonna give it some good wax, just to knock it off of the rim where it's seated up there. There it went. All right. Trying to get down here where I can do this. Now, it turned out to be fairly easy. I did do a test run first. Just get your screwdriver in there and get it pried up first. If you got a rounded bar, supposedly that works better. Like I have that. That's what the other guy on the internet said, and yeah, I think he's right because it really worked well. Get those both in there, and I'm going to use this one. Just drop it in there, and then just sort of cross those over. Use a little bit of muscle. Just go right around. You have to. All right, I'm gonna use a little help here. Now, you can do it with both of them. You can just do them both at the same time. But you see, I only use this one a little bit. Just use that one. So maybe all you really need is the one. That works. That's how that happens. The back side's a little more tricky. And I might not show that because there's going to be a lot of me grunting. Just break it off of there. Try not to hit the rim. And it's tricky because, like, you could use the same trick, except, you know, this thing keeps wanting to fall in there. And that rim looks rough. So, what I did before, just got it started with that, and then just took another one and just sort of worked around a little at a time. Just get it started good. You can just hang on to it. So I brought my leg on that. Try not to mar up the rim too much because that is where, you know, the new tires needs to seat and seal, hold air, and that's it. Old tire is off. We'll get a new tire on there. Go on this side. Yep, WD-40 helps. And this part really was a lot of grunting, so I'm going to stop it here, and then I'll just finish these up. So, already did one. There it is. Got air and everything. All right. I almost forgot. I want to give you an update on the scorpion sting. That was 2 days ago when that happened. The first night, you know, it stung like a wasp sting. A wasp sting. um, second day, or yesterday, second day, didn't really notice it at all. Like, you know, it wasn't swollen, Didn't sting, didn't itch, nothing. Today, it's burning. It's just been burning all day. It's kind of swelled up a little tight. Um, it's, and it hurts. Gonna keep an eye on it. All right, so quick update. I've got two more new tires mounted on the rims, except having trouble getting getting air into them. These cheap tires are cheap and they're very flexible, and they just don't want to seat on the rims. So that's the front one. The back one's even worse. It's because it's so flimsy. It just, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. I did put one tire on just because I wanted to see it on there. One wheel and tires on there, and I done a little bit of painting. The silver I bought, I accidentally bought metallic. Kind of hard to spray. The finish didn't come out too great. Gonna have to spray it again. Uh, got my blue on there. This side I was running out of paint, so you can tell it looks pretty bad. So gonna have to buy another, probably 2 cans of paint because I still have to do the hood, and then I need to touch this up. So that's the update for now. Well, out here a day or maybe two later again. Progress. I got a little bit more paint on this body work here that will, it still looks horrible, but that's all right. It'll do. Yeah, I started putting the back end back together. So it don't look awful. The blue frame sort of works a little better now. Now that the red is gone. I still got to do the hood. That's left to do. I did get this tire to get up on the bead and get seated. Had to use the what do you call it? The starter fluid trick, where you spray some in there and light it on fire and it pops it open. Watch other people's videos on how to do that. I think it's probably very dangerous, but it worked. So I got the front one done. The back ones are going to be bad. So that's what I got left. I got to paint the hood, which I'm going to start stripping the plastic parts off of that next and get that ready to paint. And I got to get the back wheels, the tires mounted on the back wheels. Throw those on there. I mentioned before I had a problem with the starter, or not the starter, but it's just some of the wiring in here. I had the gas tank out, put the battery back in, put everything in, and it was trying to crank. So I was like, okay, good. So put the gas tank back in, and I think I've jiggled the wires again. So I got to figure that out. But we'll get that figured out. What else? Oh, yeah, I did mention I put the bearing in the wheel that needed it. And then, yeah, this is the last thing. So, we didn't need all of this stuff here. So I do have an idea about what I'll do with that. I think I'll try to cut out a piece of sheet metal and JB weld it to the back and screw it in there, and then maybe try to do some body work. I've never done that before, so we'll see what happens with that. Maybe I won't do it. Maybe I'll just leave it open and let it sling mud everywhere. Yeah, that's it. So we'll be back when we've got the hood done, and hopefully we'll figure out something for those back tires. So I've got this hood disassembled, all the little plastic pieces taken off of it. And I've sprayed it down and wiped it down a little bit, just get some of the top layer of dirt off. You can see if you can see that. I had a decal stuck to it there, so I got a little bit of work to get some of that stickiness off of it. But all I'm going to do now is take my little sanding block and just start roughing it up. And that's really all I'm going to do is just take some of the shine off of it. I think if it's roughed up a little bit, it should, new paint should stick fairly well, I hope. I've never done this before, really. So I did put the tape on, which I'm kind of glad I did. You can see where it's been upside down and rolling around on the floor. I've probably scratched it up already, but hopefully the tape protected it some. I really only put the tape on ahead of time because I wanted to see if I could make this curve, and I think it came out pretty good. That's kind of a bad angle with the lighting. I think it came out all right. So we'll see. Gonna rough it up now and get it ready to paint. Here it is, roughed up. That took like 10 minutes. Like I said, all I did just sort of knock the shine off of it. Didn't really do anything special. Got the stickiness from the decals off of there. There was a kind of a rust spot on this side, and that's just rubbed right off. So letting it dry. I did spray it down with water afterwards just to get the paint dust off of it. It's nearly dry, and I should be able to start painting it here pretty quick. Well, you ain't gonna believe this. Brand new tire. Got it on there. I had to like just sort of force one side to be partially seated on the bead, and then I can't really show you, but I set the center of the wheel up on top of this so that the tire hung down and got close to the bead on the other side. I put the air to it and then pushed down a little bit, and it seated it. See, it took air. It's great. Guess what? Brand new tire. Where'd it go? Giant hole. I don't know if you can hear that. So I'm gonna try to get them to send me a new one, but most likely I'll just have to try to plug this one. I hate that. Brand new tire. It's what you get for, buying the cheapest one that's listed. But there it is. I figured out how to do it. At least I'll be able to do the other wheel when I get ready to do it. Maybe. Dang it. Okay, remember when I said I jiggled a wire I shouldn't have jiggled? Actually, there was a safety switch. I suspected there might be for the mower deck for the lever. So you can't crank it if the lever's engaged. So I'm going to try to crank this. Nothing happens. Hold the button down. Okay, works fine, right? Now, I can also hold the button down, crank it, and then I can let go of it, and it'll keep running. However, the thing with that is I can work with it like that, and that's fine. But if that button's not depressed and I want to put it in reverse, it also controls that. So it thinks the mower deck is engaged because the button is up. So when you put it in reverse, it won't let you do that. It's a safety feature on some of these riding lawnmowers. You can't mow backwards. However, they do have on the ignition switch setting. So what I could do is after I've cranked it, I can put it to that setting right there, and that lets me do it, and I don't have to worry about the button and all that. But I don't want to have to always remember to go to that. So there's another way to do it. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove this switch. Oh, it's in there pretty good. And I'm just going to use a jumper wire. And I think it was this side. It might have been the other side. We'll find out because I've tested this already. So, no button. And it just died, and I don't know why it just died. This was working. But anyway, all I gotta do is put this jumper wire in. So I'm gonna put this in, tape it all up good and tight, and then shove this back down in there, and that should take care of my electrical. It's not really a problem. It's just getting everything fixed up without the mower deck. You just gotta take care of this little safety switch. All right, cool. Oh, you'll also notice the mower is facing a different direction now, and it is off the blocks. I do have all of the tires and everything going good here. Now this tire was the bad one. I have tried to patch it, and it's still leaking. I'm gonna go to town tonight. I've got to get another can of paint for the hood. So I'm gonna buy a patch to go inside it. When I took this thing off and inspected it's bad. You can see, I don't know if you can see right there, those little lines. See, it's just rubber in between here, but in between those, you can see the wire. It's just a bad tire. It's structurally defective. I'm gonna try to get a refund for it. I'm also gonna try to patch it. If I can't patch it off, probably have to order a new one. Um, but anyway, so that's that. So yeah, getting close. Well, here it is. This is as far as I'm gonna go with it for this video series, this project. And if you hadn't figured out the color scheme already, it's supposed to be modeled after the Alabama State Trooper cars. I don't know why I thought of that, I just did. But it's not really the same. The blue is, I don't think is right. The silver is probably not supposed to be metallic. And the paint job I did is just really not great. But anyway, it was just something silly to do, something fun. I think I've managed to stop the leak on the tire. My lights aren't working. I'm going to work on that at some point. A few other things I want to do to it. Eventually, I want to replace that carburetor because this one just is horrible. I want to put a new seat on it. I want to fill this hole in this fender with some sheet metal, so I'll do that. And then the other thing, I had mentioned it earlier about changing the gears to make it go just a little faster. I actually misspoke. I'm not going to get into the transmission and changing the actual gears. I'm going to go onto the bottom of the engine and change the pulley size so that, and I'll probably have to get a longer belt, but so that it'll just go just a little bit faster than a riding lawnmower normally would. That's it. Like I said, that's it. Time to put it to work. Got to move this pallet of blocks all the way across the yard to the other side, way over there next to the edge of the woods where I'm building a storm cellar. So that's what we're gonna do with it, and then we're gonna do all kind of other fun stuff with it too. Yeah, thanks for watching.